Yeah. So before understanding today's concepts, let's try to recollect it, what we had it yesterday, quickly on it. And then we go ahead today, one more important concept that is about lists. But before that, yes, yesterday, which we are trying to understand that the string format, yes. So how do we define that? How do we, pass that dynamically the arguments to the string? So instead of, within that the string, if you would like to hard code that values, but these values, hard coded values, are keep on going to changing that. Then what you can do this is, instead of directly hard coding the values, you can use the format, and with the format you can pass it arguments, and you can inject those arguments during runtime. Yeah, this is one concept which we are trying to understand, that is a format. And one more concept which we are trying to understand, strings are immutable. So why it is immutable and what is behind that is, so once it is defined, the string, the characters, you cannot replace it. You can append the strings or you can multiply the strings, that's fine. But once the string is defined, the characters, that's you cannot change it. But if you would like to change it, then you need to use it like a append option or like a concatenation option. Yeah, so this is one more concept which we are trying to understand, that is about the string format. And then some more methods we are trying to understand it. So how do we set a string by using that index function or find function? Anyway, starts with, ends with, those are all before we were understanding those functions. Yeah, the overall string indexing, string slicing, string methods, and joining, sorting, and as well as splitting. Yeah, joining the strings, splitting the strings, and sorting the strings. And finally, string format, and strings are immutable. So this was the concept which we had it yesterday. And even that, like before that class also on the string. Are you clear about on this? Any queries, questions, please let me know that. So please confirm that in the chat window. So CLR, if you're good with that. Or if you have any queries, questions, please let me know that. Okay, good. Fine. So let's move into this next concept, that is about lists. Let me create one Python file. What's happened? Let me restart the PyCharm. How many of you are practicing all these concepts? Type that me in the chat window if they have practiced so far whatever we discussed. Okay, only 2 members. So again, I'm saying that just listening the classes is not going to helping that. So just listening the classes is not going to help in that. So if you have practiced, that's going to give the more confidence. Okay, so let me go ahead and let me create the one more the Python file. Next, what we are going to talk about that is lists data type. So far, what we were understanding the data types, if you observe that integer, then the float, Boolean, and then string. Yeah, these are all the 4 types. Yeah, I'll come back to that point. Yeah, so there are the 4 different data types that we had in that: integer, float, Boolean, and string. But if you observe that in these, in these data types, so suppose if I would like to define that integer, I can take that variable something like a count, and I can assign that something count 10. Or float, if we just take it, the 10 point something, yes, decimal representations, I can use it. Or Boolean, if you take it either true or false, we can assign that. Or if you are going to use it, this variable as a string, then we can use it a single quotation, and you can define that the string. Yeah, so far the data types which we are understanding that these are all simple data types. The basic data type. So in any program you see that, where you can declare the variable and you can assign the value. So on the base of the value which you are assigning that, so that's automatically Python, the beauty what we have is Python is going to identify that internally the data type of this variable. But I need to manage that the list of all elements, the collection of the data, as simple as it is. So next, these are all like a basic data types we are understanding. Basic data types. The integer, float, Boolean, string. So where you can declare the variable and you can assign only one value, right? But I need to manage that. Let's take that example. I need to manage that something like city 1. Yes, that is Hyderabad, and city 2, Chennai. Like that, I would like to list of all metropolitan cities of the India. I need to manage that. So topmost, yes, like if we just take it, yeah, there's some. So if you would like to manage it, this list of all the metropolitan cities of India. So now here, like we are taking the 3 variables, but instead of the 3 variables, can I manage it all these elements in the single variable? Like city 4, city 5, we have that like almost the 9 to 10 metropolitan cities. But all those cities, I would like to manage that in the single variable. Can I manage that or not? So that is a concept about that, the list. So next data types, what are the data types we are talking that? The collection of, so we can say that collection of items. So in one variable, you can store that multiple items, that is a collection of items. But what are the different data types are available? Yeah, so here if we just talk about the list, tuple, dictionary, set, So there are like different data types are available from the Python, which are helping that to store collection of items in one variable. So these are all very, very important data types in our the regular use cases in the real time. We don't see, we'll be using that these data types also, basic data types, but whenever you are working with that data, that is reading the data from the files or writing the data, data science or data modeling point of view, whenever we talk with that. So these data types from the Python are going to play very, very important role. Yeah, we should know that basic data types, and the next data types which are going to talk in that, the collection of items, how do we manage it? Yes, management is nothing but, yes, you need to store that. So these like, suppose if you have this kind of data, this kind of the data, then we need to store it, or maybe we need to retrieve it, or maybe we need to update it, or maybe we need to delete it. So we can say that CRUD operations, create, read, update, or delete. But we are not storing that all these elements in the database, but we are storing that in our temporary memory, cache memory. So these kind of data, like city 1, city 2, 3, like let me define that quickly. Total 5 cities, I'm going to define that. The 4, like let's take it the Delhi. And Mumbai. Okay, so if you would like to store that this kind of the data, so how do we use it is, that is we are going to talk about that. Use the lists. So list management is nothing but create a list with elements. Yes, all these elements, how you can store it in one variable or one, yes, the one, the collection of item, that's we can say that. So you can, how do you create that list? Or within that list, how do we update the elements? How do we read that? We can say that they're all the CRUD operations, CRUD. So how you can add the elements, or how you can read the elements from the list, or how you can update the list, and how do we delete that, the elements from the list. I'm not talking about it, list deletion, but I'm talking about it, elements within the list, how to manage it. Indirectly, if you just talk it about it, all these are all, you are going to work with that database, right? Yes or no? So if you're performing these operations is nothing but database operations, what all operations will perform it? Inserting the data, or reading the data from the database, or updating the data in the database, or deleting the data in the database. But we are not going to use that database here, but we are going to use that data types from the Python itself, which are helping that to perform the CRUD operations. Yeah, good. So let's see this. How do we define the list, and how do we do these activities in the list? Are you ready? Have understand the concept of this? The next data types. Type this quickly chat in the chat window. So are you ready? Have understood the concept? You see that these data types we are talking, that is nothing but indirectly you are talking about with the database. You can store the data whenever you want that, you can retrieve the data. Okay, how do we define the list? Suppose now all these cities I would like to store, instead of that 5 variables, I would like to use it one variable. So I'm going to use it, one variable, something top cities. This is the variable. So in this variable, I would like to store all these cities. So how do I store it? How do we represent the list? Yeah, good. The square brackets which we use is that. So if you, I mean, whenever you see that like any variable which is defined with the square brackets, you can understand that this is the, which type of that? This is the list data type. Now within this, the list, yes, we can store that. Okay, let me just take it quickly. Yeah, how do we differentiate it one element with another element? Comma separation. Yeah, we can store that all the elements. Yeah, now how many elements it contains in this list? How many elements? That is 5 elements. Okay, good. But how the sum in the list is going to store that all these elements? Is it ordered or unordered? List is ordered data type or unordered data type? Yeah, list is ordered data type. So ordered data type, how it is going to storing that? Yes, first element is, what is the index number? Already we discussed in the string, same concept, but string, the characters, the sequence of the characters, it is going to manage that internally as a list. But here directly we're talking that's a list here. So what is the index number? It starts from the 0 and ends, the last element is length minus 1, right? That is the index position. Yeah, total 5 elements we have, and this is the 0th position, index number based, index based, 0, the 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. So now this is about defining the list. We have defined that variable, and this variable contains list of all the elements. Yes, list always starts with square brackets and ends with the square brackets. You can define that elements within the list. This is the representation of it, the list. Now we're talking about it. Yes, that is creating the list. But how do I read that elements within a list? Suppose if I try to print it, let me just go ahead. So if I try to print this list, top cities, and if I run this program, yes, we got it like all the list of elements within that, the list. And what is the data type of this one? How do you know that data types? You can use the type function, right? Type of function, and if you pass that variable, then it is going to return that. And if I run this program, now what is this data type? List data type, yes. So this variable, we have defined that with the square brackets and we have added that elements. Now Python automatically converting that on the base of this square brackets, it is going to consider as a list. Okay, that is about, okay, let me just comment to this one, which you can refer that function. Okay, the type is list, this one, but how do we get that elements? How do I read that elements? Now this is the operation we are going to talk about that. How do I read that, the elements? Already we were talking that yesterday. In the string also reading that characters on the basis of the index number. Now here also indexing is going to play important role. Can you give me that? Like I need to read that the Bangalore city. So how do you get it the Bangalore city? What is the index number for it? Give me the just index number in the chart window. So what is the index number of that Bangalore city in that list? Yeah, good. The most of the people, yes, they have given the right answer. Thank you. Yeah, now if you go for that, if I need to get that's the particular element, then we know that by using that index number reading about it, right? So it starts from the 0 and ends with a n minus 1. That is, n is the length minus 1, number of elements. Suppose if I say that's like the 2 is the index number, and if I try to print it, so now what is the value we are getting is yes. So third position, that means index based, that is the second one. So you can use that indexing option. Even the string also we are talking that indexing. The same concept now we are talking about it in the list. We can use the index numbers and we can read the item from the list. Yeah, suppose if I say that's like 0. So what is the value we are going to have it? Yes, the first city it is going to getting that. And if I say that something 5, what's going to happen that? Can you give me that answer now? If I give that a 5, what is the value it is going to printing that? Waiting for 2 members you have given. Yes. Yes, correct. Yeah, 3 members. Yes, correct. I'm waiting for the others. Are we going to get in the Mumbai? Okay, so let's run this. No, we don't get it. So index number up to that, what is the value? Index is going to have it -1, right? Total elements 5. 5 minus 1, that is a 4. Up to 4 only you can use it in the indexing. But if I use it the 5, that means the fifth element, I mean, that means almost the sixth element is not there. So that is index out of range. Already we are talking this exception in the strings. So whenever you see that index out of range, that means, so the list of elements, the length is, I mean, you are going to use that more than that, the length of that's the elements. Suppose if I use it the 4, then I will get that Mumbai. Are you getting the points about that? So index is going to play important role here. Okay, this is about index. Yes, we can use that indexing and we can get that the list of all, I mean, the particular item from the list of elements. Even can I use that negative numbers? So in the string also we are talking that the negative. Suppose if I use it minus something 3, what is the value it is going to return that? Can you give me that answer? -3. Okay, good. 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 Yes. So almost all the people you have given that answer, correct answer. Yes, that is a Bangalore. So -1, this is -2, reverse as we are talking that left to right. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So yes, you can use it up to -5. So this side to this side, index is starting from that -1. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. But Left to right, it is going to start from the 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that is the main difference. Remember that. Now, if I give that a -6, what's going to happen there? Yeah, most of that whenever we are implementing the programs and next iterations, we are going to talk it. During the iteration, sometimes, yes, we will get this kind of exception. What is that? Index out of range. That means you are trying to read from that list the index which is not there. But now this index now it is available up to in the reverse way, -5 you can use it that up to, but -6 you are trying to read it, which is not contains in this list. That's why it is showing that index out of range. Yeah, this is about the reverse approach. Left to right, right to left. Is it clear on indexing? Sorry for that. Yes. So are you clear about that indexing? The same thing in the string, whatever we are talking that, same options, nothing big deal. Now, after that indexing in the string, we are talking that slicing, right? Can I use that slicing in this list also? Can we use that slicing in the list also? Yes or no? I'm waiting for the answers. Someone says that no, someone says that yes. What is the answer? Yeah, we can use it slicing in list also. Okay, let me try to use that. Top cities. I need to get that first 3 cities from this list. How do I get it that? We know that like, so what is the, I mean, 3 positions we have, right? 3 positions in the slicing. Yeah, good. Someone has given that answer on this also. Yeah, so 0 starting and then colon and then. So what is like index number that's do you want that? Up to which index number that's do you want to? That is, you need to define exclusive. Suppose I need that 1, 2, 3. So here you need to specify the 3. But you should not think it about that index based. Second position always position based, not index based. But first position is index based. So this is exclusive, this is the inclusive. Now if I try to run this, yes, Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore, the 3 cities we got it that. And if I say like this, what is the meaning of this one? All elements in a list, right? Yes. So start from the 0 and give that up to ending. But if I say there's something 3, and what's going to happen that here? What are the cities it is going to printing that? Last 3 cities, last 2 cities, Delhi, Mumbai. Involve that. I mean, that is give me that answers. Think it of it. Don't sit idle. Whether it is right or wrong, try to analyze it. So last 3 cities, okay. Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore. So what we are saying that 3 colon and blank. So Delhi and Mumbai only, it is going to start from the 3. 3 is nothing but 4th position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4th position. And the way end of that, I mean, number of elements, we didn't define that index number. So then it is going to give that end last elements, that is Delhi and Mumbai. So are you clear about that? Yes, slicing, we can use it here as well as. Suppose if I specify like this, what's going to happen that? If I say that here it is the blank and the next element is a 3, then what's going to happen that? Can you give me that answer? What all the cities are you going to get it here? First 3 items. Yes, Hyderabad, Chennai, and Bangalore. So it is representing the zeroth index number, and end we are asking that give me that up to third position. Third position is nothing but this one. So Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore, it is printing that. Suppose I need to get that only Chennai and Bangalore. How do we give it that? The slicing. Can you give me that answer? I need to get that only Chennai and Bangalore. Okay, good. I got one response, but I'm expecting more. Good. Good. Yeah, so what we are expecting? Chennai. So that is, what is the index number of that one? 1. Start from the 1 and end up to which position? So 1, 2, 3, third position. So give that 3. Yeah, if you run this program, then we see that Chennai and Bangalore we are going to getting that. Yeah, this is about slicing. Yes, we can use that slicing, and in this slicing also, suppose I can use it. So what is the meaning of this one? Anyone can give that answer this? What is the meaning of this one? Yeah, good. Good. Yeah, so start from the 0 index number. So this the first one is blank and second one is blank. So this is represent 0 index number. Second one represents end of the list. So that is all items in the list. As it as we got it all items in the list. Okay, can I use that -1? Minus representations, negative numbers. Yeah, same concepts, whatever we are talking that in the string, the thing which we can use it over here. Now, what is the value it is going to print in that? Now I'll comment all these things. So what is value we are going to get it here? So reverse list. So the -1 and second one is empty. What is going to happen there? Yes, some answers I'm getting that Mumbai. Some answers I'm getting that entire reverse list. Which one? Yes, if you run this, so -1 position and the end of the string. So that is only, I mean, started and ended both of the same, right? Yeah, for the, just to show that here I'm going to use it that. Then we can understand that list easily. Okay, so what it is going to printing that? So -1 is last index, but length we didn't define, that means end. Anyway, this one is the only end. So it is going to print only Mumbai. Suppose one more scenario, slicing. Suppose if I give that 10:15, what's going to happen that? What is the value you are going to get in this? We are using here the slicing. But before here, we are saying that out of range is some exception. But what's going to happen that here? I see there's index error, blank, error out of range, all cities, -1, error. Good, logically good thinking. But finally, if you see this, that is empty list. Because we are asking the start the index at 10. Do we have the any index number which is a 110? No. So empty list, it is not throwing error. Suppose if I use it, instead of the slicing, only index number, then we will get that error, index out of range. But in the slicing is going to handle that. If the item is there, it returns that item in that particular index number on the base of the number of the elements which you are asking that. So the slicing is going to return that either value or a none. But if we use it to only index number, this is not the slicing, this is the indexing. In the indexing, it is going to return the error, out of range error. Is it clear this? The difference between the indexing and the slicing. Okay, that is about slicing concepts and indexing concepts. Are you clear these two? Type that yes if you are good with these concepts. Yeah, now we understand that reading the elements or items. So this one first item, second item, third item we'll call it. But a list is list of all elements or list of all items, we can say that. You can use it element keyword or item keyword, no issues. Yeah, we have created the list. We are reading that items from the list. Now, how do I update it? Or how do I add that new elements or new items to this list? Suppose I need to add that the one more city to this top cities. How do we do that? Yeah, if you observe that on the list of all the functions, now yesterday string wise also we are talking that. Now the list is also having the functions. Yeah, you can do the sorting, you can do that index. Yesterday in the string also we are talking that indexing. So the position of that particular element, where it is located, the index number, it is going to return that, right? Searching the string, we are using that index and the find. Here also you can use it index and you can get the count. We have the pop, we have the copy or append. Yes, now what is the function we are going to use that to add the elements is, so this is the function append. Suppose if I'm going to append that one more element, that is about, let me define that Mumbai, Delhi, Pune. Now if I try to print this, the top cities. So what's going to happen that now you see the Pune has been added at the end. append is going to helping that adding that elements to the list, but at which index number? Last index number. Suppose if I add that one more. Pune, Kolkata. Okay, if I use this, then what's going to happen that? So at the last, it is adding that. So if you just try to understand about that append is what it is going to do, that is, I mean, this is the exact string, no, right? The Kolkata. Can you type the spelling of that? We have this, yeah, K-A-T-A. Let me, yeah, you can use it that as well as, yeah. So here, if you just try to understand that the Pune, the Calcutta, which have been appended at the last, if you see that, these are all have been added at the last. But append is doing that at the last, but I need to insert that. So this Pune at the first, is it possible? Particular position based, can we add the elements to the list? Yeah, append is doing that. At the last index number, that item will be added. But if you'd like to add it to the particular position, what you can use it? Yes, we know that. Now the list is immutable or immutable? String is immutable or immutable? String is immutable. What about the list? List is immutable. Suppose at the index number 0, I would like to assign this Pune. So now what is like the first index number? What is the value it is going to have it? Yes, the Pune is in that, the first index number. But append, if you use it, append is adding that at the last element. But if you would like to do the particular position, yes, you can use it that index number and you can assign the value. So list is mutable, you can assign it. But in the string, yesterday we were trying to use the string. In the string, if you try to understand the assign that's from left to right, it is not going to take in that, right? But in the list, you can assign it. So list is mutable. Are you clear at this point? Mutable, immutable, append function, and as well as one more function which we have to say is, suppose I need to delete that last element, last item. So we have this one more function that is a pop. So if I just do that, the pop, and if I run this, now I see this, the pop, what it is doing that at the 0th position, the Pune has been added. Yeah, the 0th position, it has been replaced with that. Hyderabad is replaced with the Pune. Then Chennai is there, Bangalore is there, Delhi is there. But after that, the pop, yes, Mumbai has been removed. So last element that is going to remove that. Pop is, yes, taking out of that particular, I mean, last index number, it is going to use it. Suppose I would like to particular the position of, suppose, let me comment this. Now, what is the list? Now we are going to have it. This is the list of all elements, 5 elements. And if I apply the pop, what's going to happen that? How many items it is going to have it? Okay, 4 items. Which one is going to deleting that? Yeah, pop function is going to remove in that last item. But I would like to remove that something Delhi, which is in the 4th position, and index number is 0. Index number is 3. Index number is 3. Position is 4. I would like to delete the Delhi. Then how do I do that? Yes, you can pass that the index number to the pop function. Then it is going to delete that the particular. Yes, you see that now Delhi has been removed. By default, pop is going to apply the last item, but you can use the pop with the index number to remove the particular item. So here, appending point of view, adding that elements point of view, last item to add it, you can use that append. But particular index number, if you would like to use it, yes, you can use that index based assigning the value. This is adding that items. Either you can use it append or index based assigning the value. And the removing point of view, particular item, if you'd like to remove it, you can use the pop. Pop by default, it is going to remove the last item from the list. But if you have this the particular index position to remove the element, yes, you can pass that index number. Is it clear on these two functions? Append and pop. Adding items to the list or removing that items from the list. You can use it index based or last item. Type that CLR in the chat window. We'll move to those next options. Yeah, so we can use it that pop. We are saying this pop, we can use it to remove that item, right? But we have this one more keyword that is a del, that is deleting. Suppose I would like to know this is the list we have that Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai. But from this list, top cities. So if I say this particular index number, something like I don't want that Delhi, then what is the index number? 3. I can use it like this also to delete the item. Now you see this Delhi has been removed and 4 items are available. Now what is the index number of this Mumbai after deleting that from this list, the Delhi? What is the index number of this Mumbai? Is it 4 or is it 3? Yeah, it is a 3. After deleting that item, the index is going to shifting to right to left. It is adjusting automatically after deleting that item from the list. Yes, you can use the pop function or you can use the delete keyword to delete that item. Suppose I would like to clean up that all the items in the list. How do I do that? How do I clean up that? I need to bring my list to that empty list. How do I do that? You can use the delete, top cities, and you can use it the slicing option. So what's going to happen is, yeah, multiple elements to delete it. Yes, you can use this option. Now you see this My top city is whatever we are trying to printing that. It is not having any items. Or from this, I would like to remove that Chennai and Bangalore. Then how I can use that this slicing concept? Chennai starting from 1 and I need to delete it up to 3rd position. Now you see that I have that Hyderabad, Mumbai, Delhi also should be there. Delete. Okay, we are saying that's up to 3, right? Three in the sense, okay, Bangalore is nothing but 2 only, right? Yeah, that is the 3rd position. Oh, sorry. Here also we are applying this, right? That is the difference. Yes, correct. So here it is deleting that one more item. That's why we got it that. Why it is, yes. Good. Yeah, Hyderabad, Delhi and Mumbai. Hyderabad, Delhi and Mumbai. Chennai and Bangalore has been deleted. So delete keyword. So if you like to delete that first particular range of items in the list, you can apply that. Pop, yes, you can apply that either last item or particular index based. But if you like to use it slicing and if you like to delete that items or if you like to empty that list, sometimes yes, we need to reset the list to that empty. Then what you can do that? You can apply the delete and top cities and use it slicing, that is a colon. Delete that list and use that colon. What it is doing? This is going to bring that empty list. But suppose if I use it instead of the particular items, if I say that this variable top cities delete with keyword, what's going to happen that here? What is the value we are going to have it? Now this entire variable has been deleted. Now you see this, we are getting that exception because this variable has been deleted from the memory. It is not deleted items in this list. So before I was asking that to delete items in the list. That is empty list, it is bringing that. But now I am asking that delete this variable. This entire variable we are deleting from the memory. Then if I'm trying to print this one, but this variable is not defined. That means Python is not able to find this variable in the memory because you have deleted that variable. Are you clear about these points? This is about items to clean up that. But what about this one? This is about complete the variable, that list itself you are deleting that variable itself you are deleting that. Is it clear the points on this? Are you good with this? Shall I go ahead to this next one? I hope that everyone good with CRUD operations, that is creating the list with items, reading that by using that indexing and slicing. These two things you can use it while reading. And update. Yes, you can use it append. You can use it assignment way. That is updating that like values. Or you can use it delete operation, delete with the pop. That is the last item by default, or index based, you can delete the particular item. Or range of items to delete it, you can use it delete keyword with the slicing options. You see that like in the database, what are the CRUD operations we do that? That is we have done on this collection of items. Okay, so this is about slicing concepts, index concepts, the read, delete, they're all the operations we are talking that. Now let me save this file and let me go ahead creating that one more new Python file for the next operations. So still a list is there, it is not ended. So next what we are going to do that is, with the multiple lists we are going to work with that. List can contain that one more list. Yes, so if you have this kind of the scenario, how you are going to use these list concepts, that is we are going to try to understand here. Shall I continue? So, I mean, I don't see the response from everyone. So only 4 or 5 members are good with that. What about others? These are all very, very important. So type that, are you understand or not? Or if you need that any information, just please let me know quickly. Yeah, if you are be active and if you immediately give the response, then we can go ahead to this next immediately. But I would like to see this response. Okay, good. So let's move to that. Suppose I'm going to take this one more small list with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or let me, yeah. Okay, fine. So let me use this and print my list. Yes, I got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fine, good. So next options, what we are trying to understand is yes, append options or the pop functions. And thus we are using that. But let me talk it that some more points on this, some more functions, that is sorting. So how do we use the sort options? And in this append, let me talk it that one more. Already we are using that append, right? Okay, to my list, as we're talking that multiple list concepts, yet a 0th index number or the particular, okay, let me take it 5th index number, that means last. What I'm going to do that is, I'm going to assign this one more list, something 6, 7, 8. Now what's going to happen that? Now what I'm doing that? In the list item, can I have that either string or item can I have that integer or item can I have that float also? Right now we are using that integers. Before we were talking that here the strings we are using that. But here I'm using that integers. Yes, you can use it any data type in the list. The item can be any data type, doesn't matter that. But the point here, yes, my list I have defined. Then with which index number we are using that? What is this index number? The fifth. The fifth is nothing but last, right? At the last, we are adding that the one more. Is it an item or is it a list? Okay, let's run that and observe that. So what is this? The 5, okay. The 4. Okay, so now it is asking that the 5th index is not there, right? That's why it is out of index. That's fine. So let me use it append. I would like to add that at the last. I don't want to override that existing one. I would like to use it append. Append is going to do that adding the last element, right? As we were understanding. Yeah, I'm appending that one more item. So what's going to happen this now? Now you see that this is one list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But now within the list, we have one more list. That is 6, 7, 8. Now, what is the index number of this one? What is the index number of this one? Or what is the length of this list now? Okay, let me talk at that. What is the length of this list? First, let me ask in this way. What is the length of this list? Now, is it having 5, 6, 7, 8? 8 is the length? Or is it 6 is the length? So 6 is the length. But actually it is a listing that if I try to print this, if I try to print that list, but we have that overall 8 elements. But why the length is 6 only? So this entire list is one item. That means within the list, in one of the item, you can store it one more list, right? What we are talking that? List, within the list, you can store that item, either string data type or integer data type or float data type or Boolean data type, or you can store it another list also as a one item. Now this list is one item. This is not the 3 items in this list. So this 6, 7, 8 is one item. Are you clear about this? So within the list, we can store that one more list. But suppose I need to get it that now, okay, let me do that one more thing. Can I match it one list with another list? This is my list 1. This is I'm appending that. For the timing, I'm commenting this one. I'm going to define this one more list. My list 2. Here I'm going to define that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Before we were adding that within the list, another list as an item. So now 6, 7, 8 is one list. We are adding that as one item in this my list. But now I have the 2 lists, list 1, list 2. Can I merge all the items of these 2 lists? Can I merge it? Now I need that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. That means length should be 10. So how do you do that is, suppose if you just take that merge list. How do you merge that one list with another list is? My list plus concatenation we are using that's in the string. The same way here, if you have this multiple list, you can merge the items of that one list with another list. Now if I try to print this merge list, length of this and items of this. So what's going to happen that if you observe that? Now you see this, we got it. Length of this list is a 10. And these are all the items in this list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the merging. But before what I am trying to do that, I'm adding the list as one item. So this was like 6, 7, 8 is the list I was adding as a one item. But now here I have merged that one list with another list items. Are you clear about the difference between these two? append is as one item adding to the list. But plus indication between the two lists, what it is doing? It is merging. Merging items of two lists. But if I append this, suppose after, let me go ahead. After this merge list, to this merge list, I will append, okay, up to 10 we have to find, right? 11, 12, 13. Now what's going to happen that? This is the before merge. This is after the merge. Sorry, after that append. This is the before append, and this is after the append. What's going to happen this now? Now, what is the length here? What is the length of this list? Here, before the append. Is it a 10 or 11? This is 10, right? It is about 10. And here 10 items, it is going to printing that. Then we are appending that. Appending is nothing but item. One item, it is adding that. But in that item, yes, we are adding the list. Okay, 11, 12, 13, it has been added. Now, what is the length after appending this? Is it going to add the 3 items or only one item? Only one item. But in that item, it is a list has been added. Yes. That is the difference between the concatenation of this list and appending the list. Yeah, now you see this first we got it the 10 and 10 items we got it. But second, after appending that, but a list we have added, which is under 3 sub-elements. But total length is 11 only. But in the 11th position, we got it one more list. This is a sub list. Now, I need to access that. Now, this is the total list, right? So after merging this, so this is the final list. But I need that. I need to print it 12. I need to read 12. How do I read it this? Suppose first let me talk it. I need to read the 10. How do we read this? The item equal to, how do we read this? From this merge list, what is the next number I can use it? I need to get the 10. What is the next number I need to use it? Yeah, directly I can use it 9, right? And if I try to print that, the item, what is the value we are going to get it? Yes, we got it the 10. Yeah, index number is 9. 9 is, yes. So 9th position is nothing but, 9th index number is nothing but 10th position. 10th position, 10, we got it that. Like this, I need to get it now 12 value. How I am printing the 10? Like that, I need to print the 12. How do I print it that now? I'm going to comment these 2 lines because we don't want that the more output. Yeah, without having the confusion. Yes, now this is my list. Even that, let me comment this one. Yeah, this is my final output of this. After merging and appending on all the activities, this is my final list. But now I need to print the 12. How do I print it that? Ten of 1. Okay. How do I give the 10 of 1? Okay, now if I change that index number 10. So what it is going to return that the 10, we are going to get the list, right? You see that it is returning the list. This is one item. But in this list, now item is that like which type is this? Is it a list or which one is that? This item, whatever we got it, is it a list or is it a string or is it which data type is this? So it is returning the list. Sublist it is returning this, right? Yes, it is written the list. Now from this item, what is the index number I need that? 1 if I give that, then I am going to get the 12, right? Yes, you see that we got the 12. So first I'm trying to get it that sublist by indexing that index number 10. This is stored at the index number 10. Okay. Now we got it sublist. From this sublist, we know that the position like I need that 12. 12 is nothing but what is the index number 1. So from this sublist, okay, let me just define this as the sublist. So from this main list, we got the sublist. Within the sublist, I'm trying to get it, the particular index number. Is it clear? This is all very, very important. Whenever you are going to work with the data modeling, the list can contain the dictionary, the list can contain that other data types. If you have the string, boolean, integer, okay, directly you can use the index number and you can get it that. But a list can contain that other lists. The first you need to get that, the sublist. From that sublist, yeah, now we are trying to get it the first sublist. How do we get the sublist? So by using that index number. So this is the main list. From this main list, by using that index number, that is a 10, we got it the sublist. From this sublist, I'm using that index number to get it, the particular position item. But is it required like this? This is a lengthy process, right? Yeah, this is, you got it answer. But 3 lines you have implemented. Okay, this one leave it out. This is one you are just printing that. Okay, but here, if you try to understand it, to get this, the 12 value from this substring, which contains in the main list. But you have used 2 steps. Can I use it in single step? This is one approach. Okay, good. But what is the second approach which we have to say is directly I can get that 12 value from the main list itself. So this is the major list, right? I'm going to directly use the print. I need to print the 12. So what it is returning this now? This is sublist returning that, right? 10th position is nothing but this one we are going to get it. Yes or no? But from this, what is the index number I need to get it? So it is returning the list. From this list, I need to get the index number 1. This is enough. Now you see that's what is the value we are getting that. We got the 12. We don't need to get the first sublist from that sublist using that index number. No. So this is multi-list management. So this is going to return the list. And whatever the list that is returning from this list, we are trying to apply that sub element. Are you clear this? Is it interesting? These are all very, very, very important. If you know all these things, So whenever you are working with the Python advanced level or next module, next is a module. Which module do you want to learn it? That is about your choice. But these are all like if you are going to that web development or AWS infrastructure or like a data science model or AI model, these are all very, very important. Data management activities are the very, very important. Suppose I need to get this 13 value. What I can do? Simply I can change it here to, right? Now I got the 13. But suppose if I use it, the here index number 9. 9, what it is going to return that? First, this one, what it is going to return this from this list? Ninth position is nothing but, ninth index number is nothing but, it is returning the 10. But 10 is a list. No, this is not the list. But from this list, you are trying to use the index number. Then what's going to happen there? What is the output if I run this program? So if I run this now, this program, so what is we are going to have it? That is error. So this position is returning that a 10 value, but 10 is integer, right? From that integer object, you are trying to use it that getting that item. So this is not acceptable. Int object is not subscriptable. But if I need that, I mean, it is written in the int value, then you cannot apply that as a list of all items. But if it is returning the list, then yeah, okay, now this is returning the list. Now I can use that index number. So which one is I need it like or I can use it the slicing also here to get it that list of all the items 11 and 12. Easy, right? Working with that multiple list. Suppose now I am appending that this list. Okay, in this list, can I add that the one more list? Suppose 11, 12, 13. And in this list, okay, let me define that my list. This is the after the merging. Now, if I do that 14 and 15, what's going to happen that? What's going to happen that's now? So if you observe that, two list is going to adding that, right? Sorry, I'm trying to print this one. That's why we are getting this. Let me try to print this merge list. Yeah, now you see this. What is the length of this list now? This is 12. Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is the 11th one. And this is the 12th one. Okay, now I need to get the 15th value. How do I get it that? Can you give me that answer now? 15, I need to get it. 15 value, I need to print it. That item, I need to read it. 15th value, I need to print it. How to use this? Total 12. 12 is nothing but index number 11. 11, if I'm reading, is nothing but this list is written that. From this list, which index number item do you want to read it? That is a 1. Yes. Yes, we got the 15. Yeah, list can I have the sublist. But if you know that index numbers and the lengths properly, then you can work it, or you can do the magics while reading the data, while inserting the data. Now, suppose I don't want to append this 14 and the 15 as a new item. Suppose here we are using that as a new item, right? Let me try to print normal merge list. But this 14 and 15, this is the sublist. I would like to add it in this sublist. Can I add it? This sublist, I don't want to insert as a 12th item in this main list, but I need to add this one as a 4th item in this sublist. Can I do that? Append is doing that at the last, ending that, but I don't want to append this at the last. Yes, we can do that. Merge list. At which position? This is which position? What is the position number? This one? What is the index number of this? 10. Okay, 10. But in this 10, okay, it is returning the list, right? In this list, where do you want to, in which position do you want to assign this? 3rd position, right? 3rd position. That is like 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me do that because this is out of range. It is going to happen that. So let me use it to 2. In the 2 position, I would like to assign this 14 and 15 list. Can I do this like this? Can I assign this like this? Now you see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is the one list which has been started and it has been ended here. But this list is having that again, one more sublist. Now I need to read it, the 14 value. How do you read it this? How do you print it that? Now this is the list I have given to you. Now you need to get that 14 value. How do you get it this? First main list, it is printing like this, but I need to have it. Now what is the length of this merge list now? Is it 11 or 12? Yeah, length is 11. Okay, good. That means if I try to get that, length 11 is nothing but index number 10, right? Okay, good. I got it, the sublist. But from this sublist, so what is that item we need to read it to get the 14? Yes. So from this sublist, I need to read that 3rd position. 3rd position is nothing but index number 2. Okay, we got it, the 14 and 15. But from this 14 and 15, I need to get that the 14 value. Then what is the index number I need to use it? 0. Yeah, now I got it, the 14. Are you clear this sub-elements? The multiple lists, how do you work with that? Yeah, whenever you are working, try to print it one by one. But we don't see that this much the criticality. That is during the designing of the list, you need to plan it properly. But yes, so if you know this concept, you can work with any kind of the list, doesn't matter that. Are you clear about this multi-list concept? So here we are doing that merging of the items. And here we are adding the list as an item to this existing list. And here we are assigning that in that particular position, the one more list. And finally, we are trying to read that items. This is update, right? We are doing that update. And here we are reading that. Are you clear about these points? Is it good, the working with the list? How do you feel about that? Can you give me that one line of the statement on this? Whenever you are working with the C program, we say that they're all the array concepts. In the C++, we have that array concepts, but here we say that list concept. Yeah, yes, it's good, awesome, amazing, interesting. Okay, good. Yeah, that's about the list data type. So how do we use it? Append, pop, or a del command that is deleting that, or how do we assign that the particular position value? That means updating. So list is mutable and string is immutable. That is one more concept. Yes. And understanding about the multiple lists. So if we have that, so how do we get it that the sub list, and from that sub list a particular item? Yeah, simple. So this is a multi-array concept, right? So in the C programming, if you know that array list of all items, but array can have that another array. That is a multi-array concept. The same here, but it is very simplified. But in the C program, if you're going to work with that array, that is a very, very the headache thing. Understanding the pointers, position of that. Have a chance we use a double append concept in this. No, I didn't understand that question. Have a chance we use a double append concept in this. Double append, yes, you can do that double append also. Suppose you have added one list, you can add it one more list or one more item. Suppose you have the list of all the cities, but cities, yes, you need to keep on add it, right? Any new city has been the launch or like any new name, yes, that is required to update it. So what the pop is doing? Pop is deleting or is it updating? Suppose if I update that pop on this list, what's going to happen that? Pop is going to deleting that, right? Now you see this last item has been deleted. Last item, that is a sublist which was appended here. And in this sublist, you are assigning the value. Well, that's fine. But finally, pop is doing that, deleting the last item. But particular position item also, you can delete it. Or you can use the del command also. Yeah, it deletes one item. Okay, so there are some important functions. And we have that sorting and reverse also. Let me just quickly show that. Suppose, let me take it. This list, I'm going to comment all these lines. This is my list, number 1. Suppose I have something here 5, here something 2, and here something 4. Yeah, if you'd like to sort it, simple what you can do that is, if you'd like to sort that items, that list dot sort function you can use it. Now this is going to sort the items. So what's happened? My list, the 1, have you done anything? Okay, let me comment all these lines. Let me apply that here. Which file we are executing? Yeah. So here you can apply the sort option. Sort is going to helping that to sort it off that the items. So suppose even if you go for the string elements also, yesterday we were talking about it, ASCII characters based sorting. So string, if it is the string, it is going to use the ASCII. But here we have defined integer, or is it a string? What are these items? Is it integer or is it a string? These are all integers. Yes, integer based it is going to sort it, or even if you give that the string also using the ASCII characters internally, it is going to apply the sorting option. Yeah, I would like to sort that items in the list. How you can do that? You don't need to iterate it to sort it. We have the sort function which you can use it, and it is going to helping that to sort the items. And we have that one more function, reverse. So reverse of that items. Now this function is sorting and this function is reversing items. That means what is the index number 0 after this list? Whenever you print this list, what is the 0th index number? What is the reverse is going to do? So sorting is going to bring that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then we are doing the reverse. Reverse is nothing but 5 is going to bring that first position, 4 is going to bring to that second position, 3 is going to become the third position like this, right? That is the reverse. I see that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0th index number, now that is a 5. Yeah, sorting and reversing. These are all like two more functions which we can use it. Let me give that the one small assignment on this. So now we have the list. Let me create a new file. So what is the assignment is? Okay, I have this list, this one, which is having that elements. Suppose A, B, C, D, E, like define that. Let me define inner B, here something A, B, C, D, E. Okay, I would like to give that E here. And here I would like to give that A. Next element D. Next one is C. So this is one list which is contains A, B, C, D, E. And next numbers list, let me define that another list which contains 5, 3, 1, what else? 4, 2. Yeah, these are the two lists. But what is that output I need? It is from these two lists, final output I am expecting about it. C, comma, B, comma, A, comma, next one is 3, 2, 1. So final, I need to get that. My final list is this one. How do you get it this? So take these two lists. So I'm just going to give that in the chart window. Sorry for that. Yeah, first two lists take it about it, but output list, whenever I print it, I need to get this list. Yeah, so try to work it on this list and give me that output. And give me that's the output in the, that's implemented code in the WhatsApp group. How many of you are ready? How many of you are going to try this? Type that me. Yeah, what are the functions we discussed? What are the index concepts which we discussed? What are the slicing concepts which we discussed on the list? Try to use it those and apply it. Then you will get the answer. Nothing big deal. But just you need to use it, the functions, and as well as concepts which you are understanding in the list. Yeah, so that is about the list concept for today. And tomorrow we start about that. Next we have that tuple and dictionary, two more collection data types. The very, very important. So we'll try to start understanding on the tuples. Yeah, so that's all from my side for today. So any queries, questions, please let me know. So integer data types, float data types, Boolean data types, string data types with the sequence of the characters, and we are understanding those functions, slicing, indexing, and the format of that, joining, splitting, sorting. Almost the same operations we are doing on the list also. The sort option, reverse option, append, pop. But in the string directly, you cannot append it. You need to use it. Yeah, I will add it, Satyababu, separately. I'll come back to you. Yeah, so that is, that is strings and all that, the working. And now today we understand the list. So like that, we go for the next one, that is tuple and the dictionary. If you are going to face the interview on the Python, so if you are good with this, all these data types, and next we are going to talk it that conditional based and iteration based statements and exception handling and the methods, how do we import it? These concepts, if you are the master, you can work for any framework, whether that is data science framework, whether that is AWS frameworks, whether that is web development frameworks, gaming application frameworks, doesn't matter that. But these are all the very, very important. How strong you are understanding about these data types, then that much strong you can become that on the programming side. Very good. Amazing. Yeah, thank you all. So that's all from my side. So I'm going to log off for today. So we'll meet tomorrow and we'll go for the next data types tomorrow. And who are all like a portfolio joining, and today evening we have at sharply 8 p.m. We'll join it and we'll continue with that website maintenance today. Yeah, so that's we try to understand those concepts. Yeah, so this is just reminder. So who has enrolled for portfolio? Yeah, thank you all.